Worldwide Yogis. Thank you so much for being fabulous students. I'm Terry Jackson, yoga instructor, also a Reiki Master. I put together this video for my students and also for the new students who are joining us. Again, I can't ever thank my students enough for making me a great teacher. So we're hearing so much thanks going on in the background right now. This is my opportunity as well to send you love and blessings. And again, thank you for your gratitude.
All right, many of you have been asking me to put together a tape so you can have during quiet times, which we've got now, and also when you're traveling or away from New York City. So a couple things I want to talk about before we get started. My older students know all of this. New people coming on board, super important to pay attention to your mat. So your mat is your space. So when you're practicing, don't pay attention, don't compare yourself to other students around you. This is your world, it's your quiet time, it's your hour. It's your hour just to be quiet for yourself. So don't compare yourself to everybody else. That's one thing. Okay, another thing we want to pay attention to in class, you'll hear me talk an awful lot about the position of the feet being 45 degrees, 90 degrees when you're turning it out when we're doing some of the positions. The reason we talk about that exact placement of the foot is so we're taking torque off of the knees and off of the hips. So that's super important that we don't ever want to get our knees too stressed, all right? So you'll hear later as we're moving, placement of the foot, 90 degrees, 45 degrees. Another important thing when we're doing our stance, warrior, others, this knee, I always talk about the knee staying in alignment right over the top of the foot. We start rolling it in, you start twisting your spine, twisting your hip, okay? Solid feet, totally ground all the time. Push those toes in, helps keep those ankles from rolling in. Baby toes anchored totally into the ground. Okay, another important thing, when we're sitting, you want to feel that weight on both sit bones. I always pay attention to the spine. Your 7 major chakras are aligned on that spine. Root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, communication, third eye, wisdom, crown. This golden rod of a string of spine energy. So we take good care of the spine as well as the torso, the whole body, of course, generally. But spine, we want to keep it relaxed. So when we're sitting, we're rolling our shoulders back. Lots of space between the ears, okay? So this opens up the heart. We have a tendency to protect ourselves and do this. We want to do this, resting the palms right there onto the knees as we're getting ready to sort of start our centering, the first part of the yoga. This is going to be in 2 parts. So just starting to center our practice. Okay, so feel the sit bones. Those sit bones are those 2 bones actually that we sit on. And so you can feel them. Always good to have a pillow. So you're getting your hips up a little higher than your knees. Also, another good point, perfectly fine that you straighten your legs. Some of us can't keep like this the whole time, right? So you can certainly straighten your legs. That's fine. I can sit cross-legged for about 20 minutes if I'm doing a meditation, but I can't stay 2 hours. Some people can. More power to them. I can't. My knees, my legs fall asleep. Okay, so you're perfectly fine doing this. Another thing I like to tell my students, particularly new students, when they're coming into the class, yoga is always an ongoing, growing, expanding practice. It takes on so many levels. One of the reasons I absolutely love it, for all of the years that I've been practicing, had my license since 2012, I guess it is. I'm also a Reiki Master. But there's always something to build on, whether it's spiritually, whether it's strength-wise. But remember this, if there's something in the practice that it's too hard to do at that moment, I don't want you to get frustrated. You're perfectly fine just to rest down onto your mat. Come into child's pose, or just sit. You can lay down flat into Shavasana. I tell some of my students, if you want to come to class, lay in Shavasana for the whole hour. That's perfectly fine. I don't care. The fact is you're here, you're working on what your ability is at that moment. If some of it is just to be out of the house and rest, perfectly fine. Little by little, remember the body has memory. Those muscles have memory. That's why I stay to the same set of asanas as we're going through the whole system. Then that calms that mind down. Remember, this is chatter in the ego. We don't want this going 1,000 miles an hour all the time. We can always close the eyes, come back to the intuition, which is the heart. We're breathing into the belly, which is bringing more oxygen. As I call it, not the little short New York top of the lung breaths. Okay, so it's easy to get into this because this is kind of how we are here. But if you really come back, need a grounding moment, you're at home with the family, making you crazy, whatever, just take a minute, come right back down, air through the nose, down into the belly. Okay, a couple easy little tips. Another one, little one, you can always pinch the outside edge of the ears down to the earlobes. We usually wrap up at the end with that. That's Ayurvedic, that's Chinese medicine things that I always kind of incorporate as well. That all of a sudden grounding keeps this digestive system, which we're always working on too. We're keeping that very clean, so to speak, and relaxed. Tension tightens everything up. Ha, breath, that's it. Just breath through the nose, too much chatter again, close the eyes. That takes the movie screen down. Then we listen to ourselves. Breath comes in, and then breath goes out. Okay, this is our time. Okay, we're just going to get ourselves grounded for a couple of minutes. So this is how I always start classes. My aged students, I shouldn't say aged, but my longtime students know. So resting, beautiful spine, sit bones, rolling these back, long throat here, beautiful space here. You just imagine the whole body is totally full of light. Keep the ego chatter away. Okay, great. All right, so beautiful long throat, communication. If you're getting lots of sore throats, dry throat, who are you not talking to? Okay, right. All right, so beautiful tip of the right ear to the right shoulder. We're just starting to stretch the left, and then gentle tip. Remember, we're not leaning over. We're just keeping the spine straight. And we're just working on the atlas base of the brain, C1 to C7, top of the shoulders. Okay, tip. And one more left. Very nice. Okay, chin comes down to the chest. You're tugging, you can feel this tug from the middle of the back of the heart chakra as I like to call it, and then bringing all the way up. Stretch the throat, relax the jaw, let that jaw relax. Take the tongue, push the tongue to the top of the mouth. Good. All right, keep breathing, breathing. Chin comes down. Chin comes all the way up. Relax the face. Imagine you've got sunlight coming right down on your face. Beautiful feeling, even if it's raining outside. Okay, head comes back to level. Right hand goes to the left knee. Left hand goes behind the back, just a little bit of a support. We're just turning gently to the left. So it's morning, so we're paying attention to the spine. If you can only go a half an inch, that's fine. Pay attention to your right hip. And then change. Remember, we carry tension and anger in our hips. So if those hips are bugging you, kind of take a look at what's going on inside. All right? Good. Back to center. Stretching the arms all the way up to the ceiling. You're marking the arms. The elbows are by the ears. The palms are facing. Super. We're not hunching up, but we're stretching up. Soft turn to the left. Great. Soft turn to the right. Great. Very good. Back to center. Bend the right elbow. Bring the right fingertips down the spine. Left hand holds on to the elbow. We're just starting to wake up triceps, biceps. If you can't stretch all the fingers all the way down, fine. Remember, right and left side of the body, one may be stronger than the other. One may be more flexible than the other. No worries. Over time, we start to build that sync of the right and left side of the body, right and left side of the mind. Okay, nice stretch. You got to remember, New Yorkers carry lots of bags, so we get tension in our shoulder sockets. So we want to keep that relaxed and worked out. Okay, great. Okay, cat-cow, our favorite. We're working on our back here. This lower back, we carry lots of stuff here, all right? Now, another tip. The hand, middle finger, not to be funny here, but the middle finger is always pointing at 12 o'clock. The knuckles are gripping like little claws. I'm always after this with the people in class. What this means is we're shifting the weight of the hand to the fingertips, okay? If we put all the weight into the wrists, we're putting a lot of pressure onto that wrist or the heel of the hand. The middle finger is our marker for 12 o'clock. If we turn the hand to the right, too much pressure, too much torque. Turning it in, same thing again. So middle finger, 12 o'clock. Gripping with the knuckles. It takes time to build that strength into the knuckles, so don't worry about that. That comes too. Believe me, all of these things took a long time for me to get it. Okay, curl the toes under, drop the head down. Remember, the eyes are looking here at the thighs, not at the ground. If you're looking at the ground, you're holding your head up. That's a lot of weight. What is that, 40 pounds, something like that? Okay, head down. You're sucking the tummy in, tucking the tailbone under, and then you can feel this pull in the lower back, which is a nice stretch on that sacral area, that kidney belt. So push into the hands. Inhale, exhale, glide into cow. Now I grew up on a ranch, so this is cow. They stretch their throats, they roll their eyes up to the sky. Inhale, and then exhale, pushing into the fingers. Inhale, exhale, all the way up. Very nice. Inhale, exhale, stretch. Inhale, exhale, last cow. Inhale, exhale, last cat. Good. Okay, rest the top of the feet on the ground. We're going to do our diagonal stretch. So we're reaching with the right hand, and then the left leg is up. So we're focusing on our solar plexus here, our heart chakra. We're balancing right and left side of the brain. We're also picking the heart rate up. It looks like an easy position, but it's starting to get that heart rate up. Okay, change. Point the toes, stretch the fingers. Don't let that foot just flop back there just because you can't see it. Okay, breathe. Okay, great. Left hand comes down. Okay, another stretch. Sweep your right leg up to the ceiling. Push the weight into both of the hands. We don't want the knee bent. Good. Change. Left leg comes up. And breathe. Point that left foot. Wonderful. Super. Okay. Left forearm rests onto the ground. We're going to stretch out the spine just a little bit. Okay, right arm threads underneath. Roll to the right shoulder. Left or right ear touches the ground. Always be mindful of the spine. Is that if this doesn't work for the spine, then don't do it. Change. We always want to be very gentle with the back and that spine. Okay, awesome. All right, coming back to center, child's pose. Stretching out the back a little bit. Child's pose, these toes are touching, okay? The knees are open wide. The arms are walking out in front of you. The elbows don't touch the rug. You drop the chest between the knees. Forehead, third eye touches the ground. And breathe. Child's pose is a fantastic pose to do when you've had a long day. If you need to get yourself grounded again. Okay, bring yourself all the way back up. And now bring yourself into downward facing dog. And now hold in downward facing dog. Important to note in downward facing dog, fingers are pressed in, heels are pushing down, push all 10 toes into the mat. This is our part 2, and we're going to start to do our asanas. First part's a lot of up and down. The last part, of course, we're on the mat. So it's a little cold, so I'm going to try to get through this a little bit quickly. Okay, so we'll pick up where we left off, which is on our downward facing dog. Okay? So, downward facing dog, and then pick up the right foot, bend the knee, stretch. Right foot comes down, left foot, stretch, roll the hip up to the ceiling. Great. Now walk the feet to the top of the mat, point the toes forward, left foot up, 45 degrees, straighten the right leg. Clasp the hands behind the back, sweeping the arms over the top of the head. Inhale, bend the right knee, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. Left foot back, crown of the head comes to the ground. Inhale, exhale, bring the hands to the top of the mat. Step your right foot back, reset, glide through your vinyasa. Upward facing dog, push back, downward facing dog, breathe. Step the left foot forward, coming into warrior one, anchor those feet. Breathe in, relax the neck, sweep the left arm back, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. Right foot back, inhale, exhale, left arm. Inhale, exhale, right hand comes down. Walk the right foot up 6 inches, turning about 45 degrees. Straighten the left leg. Sweep the hands behind the back. Bowing. Inhale, exhale, bend the left knee. Toe, heel, right foot back. Crown of the head comes to the ground. Inhale, exhale, bring the hands to the top of the mat. Step the left foot back, gripping with the knuckles. Glide through your vinyasa, up dog. Push back to downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward. Bend the right knee. Turn out the left foot. Right palm to the inside of the right arch. Left hand sweeps over the top of the head. Rest the right shoulder onto the right knee. And now the bind. Clasping the hands behind the back. Lowering the hips. Don't let the torso sag. Release. Bring the hands to the top of the mat. Walk the right foot to the edge. Coming into lizard. Walk the hands out in front of you, looking straight down. Inhale, walk the hands back to the top of the mat. Step the right foot back. Glide through your vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Push back. Downward facing dog. Breathe. Step the left foot forward. Bend the left knee 90 degrees. Left palm to the inside of the left arch. Sweep the foot over the top of the head. Rest the left shoulder onto the left knee. And now bind. Breathe. Inhale, exhale, bring the hands to the top of the mat. Walk the hands out in front. Push on your right heel. Walk the hands back to the top of the mat. Step the left foot back. Glide through your vinyasa, up dog. Push back. Downward facing dog. Breathe. Step the right foot forward. Spin on the heels. Pushing the weight to the outside edge of the foot to stretch this muscle. Breathing. Sweep the hands behind the back. Over the top of the head. Bring the chest closer to the thigh. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the hands down. Walk the hands out in front of you. Still pushing the toes into the ground. Rest the hands onto the ground. Walk the hands back to center. Push the right hand down into the ground. Left hand reaches to the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, left hand comes down. Right hand goes to the ceiling. And down. Turn the body to the top of the mat. Step the right foot back. And move through your vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Push back to downward facing dog. Breathe. Step the right foot forward. Coming on the ball of the left foot. Left palm to the inside of the right foot. Lower the hips. Reaching to the front. Exhale, right hand comes down.
Breathe. Step the left foot to the top of the mat. Bending the left knee 90 degrees. You're on the ball of the right foot. Change. Exhale. Left hand comes down. Pop the right foot up 2 inches. Turn the left foot to the center 2 inches so you don't fall over. Hips are even. Inhale. Exhale. Now we're turning to the left. Don't let the torso sag. Excellent. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the hands down. Step the left foot back. Glide through your vinyasa. Up dog. Beautiful long throat. Back to downward facing dog. Breathe. Coming into the lunge. Step the right foot forward. Coming on the ball with the left foot. Reach the hands up to the ceiling. Inhale, straight. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straight. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straight. Exhale, bend. Hold. Elbows are by the ears. Fingers are going to the sun. Inhale, exhale, bring the hands down. Left knee comes down. Walk the right foot forward. Resting the hands on the right knee. Gliding the hips forward. And breathe. And now sweep the left arm back. Heart opening. Super balance. Quiet mind. Inhale, exhale, bring the hands to the top of the mat. Straighten the right leg, correct the right hip, flex the right foot. Bowing. Seated spinal twist. Tuck the left foot under. Right foot crosses over. Correct your sit bones again. Right hand comes to the base of the spine. The elbow locks into the back. Great. Change. Turn to the left, working on our digestive tract. Okay, our modified pigeon. Sweep the right leg back. Breathe. Turning the left knee out. Point the right foot. Clasp the hands behind the back. And breathe. Be mindful of the knees here. Inhale. Exhale. Fold forward. Third eye touching the mat. Walk the hands back. Bring yourself into your downward facing dog. Keep breathing. Inhale. Step the left foot to the top of the mat. You're coming into the lunge again. Super balance. Beautiful, loving, open heart. Inhale, straight. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straight. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straight. Exhale, bend. Hold. Beautiful, quiet mind. Heart chakra. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands to the top of the mat. The right knee comes down. Walk the left foot forward. Scoot, scoot, scoot. Left hands at the knees. Gliding the hips forward. And breathing. Super. This time the right arm sweeps back. Always opening the heart. We spend years protecting it. That's why we have heart disease. Bring the hands to the top of the mat. Straighten the left leg. Correct that left hip. Bowing forward. Seated spinal twist. Tuck the right foot under. Left foot crosses over this time. Correct those hips. Wrap the right arm around the left knee. Left hand now is at the base of the spine as you turn. Glancing over the left shoulder. Beautiful long throat. Third eye, crown chakra. Turn. Now sweep the left leg back behind you. Modified pigeon. Clasp the hands behind the back. Breathe. Inhale, exhale, fold forward. Great. Walk the feet back 1 foot. Glide into plank. Lower yourself down into Sphinx. We love Sphinx. We're working on this lower back in Sphinx. Point the toes. Beautiful control here. So we're not sinking into the shoulders. We're pushing up. This is 90-degree angle. Good. Inhale, exhale, forehead comes down. Clasp the hands behind the back. With the inhale, chest comes up. This is a little back bend, keeping that lower back straight and strong. Exhale, bend the knees, hang on to the ankles, and then a little back strengthener. Push up. Exhale down. Roll back. Child's pose. So we've done 3 big back bends there. So we just want to give our back a little bit of a rest. Great. Remember, you're always anchoring that third eye. Your mat always has an imaginary line down the center, which is also through the middle of the body. Coming up into camel. Great. Hands are at the waist. Thumbs are pushing into the back. Now camel, you can do whatever. You can be right here. You're really trusting yourself in camel, right? So what you're doing, ultimately, right hand, right heel, left hand, left heel. But you're trusting what you can't see. Because you can't see behind yourself. But you're pushing the heart to the ceiling, up to the sky. Good. Pull yourself back up. Curling the toes under. Screaming toe pose. Fabulous for digestion. If you're eating too much food, calms down that tummy. We're also pushing 5 toes, 5 senses into the ground. Very important to keep those acupressure points on the bottom of the feet active. Okay, seated forward bend. Cross the ankles, push down, scoot the legs out in front, pull the flesh out from underneath your bum. Legs are straight, feet are flexed. And now we're reaching, we're not just folding over, but we're reaching, looking forward. Reach, 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 reach. The goal is to hold on to the balls of the feet. If you can't, resting here is fine, not on the knees. And release. And breathe. Ultimately, the chest will touch the thighs. My mother's 91. She can do it. I can't. Okay. Bend the right knee. Bring the right sole of the foot to the inside of the left thigh, only where it's comfortable. If it's too high for you, then move the foot down. Inhale, exhale, resting the left forearm, rolling with the right arm over the top of the head, reaching from the outside of the left foot. Good. And change. Always being mindful of our hips. Flex the foot, right foot. This time right arm rests on the inside. Now we sweep the left arm over the top of the head, reaching for the outside of the right foot, rolling the torso to the side. Fantastic. Great stretch on that rib cage. Great. Straighten the legs, point the toes. Hands are by the hips. Fingertips are pointing forward to take the weight out of the wrist point. Push the hips up to the head back. It's sort of as an upside down plank. Good. Exhale back to the sit bones. Coming into Navarasana pose. Fabulous balance, concentration, control. Excellent. Rest the legs down. Matsyasana fish. Point the toes, resting on the elbows. Hands are touching the thighs. We're taking that heart chakra, pushing into the sun. So only the crown chakra touches the ground. Top of the head. Beautiful arc for that spine. Point those toes. Good. Take the head up. Coming into our lightning rod stretch. Toes are pointed. Sweep the arms over.
torso. Relaxing those kidneys, spleen, heart, lungs. Giving them all their time. Excellent. Arms come up to the ceiling. Roll the wrists in big circles, being thankful, grateful always to our hands, fingers. Relaxing those wrists. Great. Point and flex, point and flex, point and flex. Resting the arms down by the side. Legs come up, it's their turn. Same with the feet. Always being thankful, grateful for those feet. When you're in the bath or the shower, give them an extra scrub. Fantastic. Lots of acupressure points on those feet. Flexing, open the legs wide. Bring the palms to the inside of the thigh. Push those legs open a little further. Bend the knees. Hang on to the ankles. Pull the heels closer to the root chakra. Align the toes. Big toe touches big toe. Little toe, little toe. Spine is elegant on the mat. Release the hands. Wrap the hands around the shins. Hug the shins into the chest. Rocking side to side. Massaging your spine. Fantastic. Okay, keep those knees bent. Soles of the feet come to the ground. Rest the arms down by the side. Middle fingers are touching the heel. Push all 10 toes into the ground. Push the hips up to the ceiling. This is fabulous on the lower back. Clasp the hands together. Walk the shoulder blades together. Push the chin into the chest. Activating that thyroid. The weight's in the shoulders, not the neck. Okay. Extra stretch. Pick the heels up. Keep breathing. Good. Heels are down. Release the hands. Lower the hips. Hug the shins into the chest. Rock side to side. Beautiful massage there. Knees are bent. Soles of the feet are the ground. Feet are touching. Knees are touching. Arms are spread out into a big T. We're starting to cool down. Fingers are touching the ground. Okay? Walking the feet to the left. Head turns to the left. Roll the knees to the right. Push on that left inside of the foot. Ultimately, that left knee stacks there on top of the right calf. And you feel that diagonal stretch across your tummy. So keep breathing into the belly. Change. Knees come up. Walk the feet to the right. Turn the head to the right. Now the knees roll to the left. Fantastic. Great. Keep breathing. Air comes into the tummy. Resets our natural rhythm. Hug the shins into the chest. Rock side to side. It's super important to pay attention to your born rhythm. We get into family rhythm, work rhythm. If it's not really our, which we have to always adjust to, but the majority of the time, stay with your natural rhythm. Because you get too exhausted trying to keep up with everybody else's rhythm. Okay, now coming into lightning rod stretch again. Legs are straight, toes are pointed. Arms are sweeping over the top of the head. Imagine sparkles coming out of the toes, sparkles coming out of the fingers. Push this lower back into the ground, okay? And imagine the body is like one of those beautiful long rose quartz wands. Okay, so we're totally relaxed, warmed up. We're starting to cool down now. All right. Okay, final Shavasana, most important pose of the day. This is where we're just quiet with ourselves. Hands are out like a starfish. Palms are pointing to the ceiling. Legs are open. Roll the feet out. If you want, you can put a block or a cushion under your back. Helps roll the legs open a little further. Eyes are softly closed. Breathing. Cut this a little bit short, but I'll explain in a minute. Roll to the right side. You can rest here, and then bringing ourselves up to the finish. So generally, with our Shavasana, I have our music that we play. I can always give you guys know what that is. Our Hertz music, which resonates with the various organs in the body. Music that I have for the general class. So at this point, start rubbing the palms of the hands together. As we're starting to finish class, we're bringing lots of loving energy into these palms. Hands come over the front of the face, loving energy coming into the third eye. Tap, 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 tap along the hairline, the face, the jaw. Just tapping helps us be aware, relaxing, down to the throat, out to the wings of the shoulders, all the way up to the top of the head, that crown chakra, tap, tap, tap. Lots of loving energy we brought into the body. Pinch the ears from the top, all the way down to the earlobes. Fantastic. Okay. Rub the palms of the hands together. We'll do our Om. Your dominant hand, whether you're right or left hand, it hangs onto the heart. Your other hand pushes. You want to feel your heart beat. You're pulling this loving energy right there into your heart. You spend a fabulous hour just getting yourself tuned, balanced, regrounded. We want to bring that into the heart, that loving heart. Okay, big inhale. Great. That's getting rid of our very last of anything that we're hanging on to. Getting the heat out of the body as well. Clasp the hands together. Thumbs are touching the heart as well. Okay. Remembering that we're all teachers. We're kind, loving, and compassionate. Remember to honor water, honor nature. Be forgiving of those who've hurt our feelings. Be kind and helpful to our neighbors, especially right now. Most importantly, be kind, loving, and a grateful, grateful, grateful person to yourself. Namaste.